Hey guys, can you hear me? I take it as a yes. I made it. Hi. Yay. Okay, so you can hear me. So I don't know who's here and like what your sign is, but apparently, and of course, Gemini's December monthly has some sort of audio issue. I noticed people like saying something on the comments about it. So I've decided that I'm just gonna redo it. I guess after this live stream, I'm gonna go. Sorry, I feel like I have something on my face. I'm gonna go and redo Gemini's monthly. So it'll be, I guess, you know, I don't even know what came out. I don't remember. So the reading could end up being different because of times changing constantly. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, but I will redo it and post it after I do this live stream. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do, this is for the week. Okay, so what's today? The 1st through the 7th. Just to give, you know, it's complete. When I do my readings like this, they're so random. So whatever comes out, comes out. You know, I'll let you know what signs come out. You know, if your sign connects, then, you know, that's like a bonus to it connecting with the story line. Okay. So, you know, I'll call out any signs that do come out. I'm also going to do a few of the Romance Angel cards, and then I'll do a few of the Enchanted map cards for this live stream. Okay. So let's see what we got going on here for the week of December 1st through the 7th. Hi, everybody who's here. I'm not ignoring anybody if you're saying anything in the chat, but I can't really like read it while I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm not ignoring anybody, but just hi to everybody who's here. If anybody comes in, doesn't know what I'm doing, if you could just tell them if you've been here, I'd appreciate it. Just so that they know it's completely random. It's for the week of December 1st through the 7th, which is the intention, and we'll see what comes out here for this week. I'm just going to shuffle these up a little bit, and I got to sort them, so let's see what's going on here. And, you know, anybody who's here, that's who I'm, you know, regardless of who watches this, I'm working on making sure something connects here with you in regards to this. I'll read as many scenarios as I can, pull out of them so that I can get multiple different storylines here. The Two of Spades just flew out. Okay, so the Two of Spades is a card of either separation, or it's almost in a sense like needing to make a choice, and that choice could be, you know, a hard decision to make. But, you know, it's also a card that can, depending on what it falls next to, depending on how it comes out, it can be a card of somebody who could be lying, you know, deceiving, things of that nature. Okay. And the Queen of Spades just flew out. This is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is an air energy here. Okay. So, you know, there could be an air sign that needs to make a hard decision this week. You know, something of that nature. We'll see what happens here. Yep. And then we have the Jack of Spade. The Jack of Spade is set the bringers of storms and conflict. This is also a card of worry and anxiety. Okay. It also can be, you know, it just depends on what it falls out with. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. So I'm going to start sorting the cards now because they're just going to keep coming out like that if I don't start doing this. So let's see what we got going on December 1st through December 7th of 2018. What do we have going on here for this week? And I'm going to do it one more time. December 1st through December 7th. Okay. And I'll use these as clarifiers if I need to. But let's see what we got going on here for December 1st through the 7th of 2018. Anybody that is viewing right now that's here, this is all signs. It is not specific to a sign, it's collective. Any signs that do come out, I will state that, okay? Your first card out here is the Five of Spades. You have the Joker card, but it is in the reverse. This also can be the sign of Gemini. You have the Ace of Diamonds, the Ten of Spades, the Eight of Spades, the Six of Clubs, the Queen of Diamonds. This is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. The Nine of Diamonds, the Jack of Diamonds. This is Apollo, the bringer of light. The Six of Hearts, the Ace of Hearts, and the Queen of Clubs. This is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay, so I have fire, I have earth, and I have the sign of Gemini, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But if this, you know, like I say, take with you what you understand. There's a break in the storyline that's not making sense to you, just throw that part away. It's just for somebody else, okay? So we have some sort of this is definitely a circumstance or a situation where there is definitely somebody who is in separation from another, okay? They are, it's almost in a sense like stuck in limbo in regards to desiring this new beginning, but because of circumstances and situations that, you know, could have happened in the past, okay? I don't see this happening, okay? I see this as something that is like on an energy, you know, level here, like energetically speaking. It's like there's some sort of communication that needs to happen in order to resolve some sort of problem here. But what it showed me is that I'm trying to place this into words. It's like desiring, it could be a relationship, you know, you do have a soulmate card here. It could be within a home environment, a family situation. It's like I want this fresh new beginning, right? Like this is like desired, but I'm harboring negative emotions attached to unfortunate events from the past. Okay, it's like a fear. Okay, and it's like I'm holding on to all the negative feelings, and it's contradicting my desire. Okay, so it's like there's some sort of communication. I see communication. I see some sort of communication here to resolve some sort of from issues or problems. This issue or problem could be due to a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, okay? Because I have others' wishes and desires here would be affecting the quadrant. That would be whoever this is connecting with, that would be you, you know. But there could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, regardless of what your sign is, okay, who they could be causing somebody, you know, pain. They could have caused this. This doesn't even have to be the person. Let me put it this way. This doesn't even have to be the relationship partner. This could be a family member, an outsider. You know, it could be somebody who has affected a situation negatively, okay? And there's some sort of light that's going to come to this, okay? It's like, put it this way, this person, from what I'm getting here, regardless if they are an earth sign, they could be like a egotistical person. They could be really focused on material wealth. They could be focused on money, you know, but they use malice in order to obtain. So it's like nobody can ever get ahead of this person. They use that, um, you know, as their way of getting what it is they want. It's also showing me here that, you know, there's a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here who could have a upside down heart about a circumstance or a situation in regards to a soulmate connection. And the soulmate connection could be with this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or it could also be with a Gemini. And it's just showing me here that somebody could have gotten cut out of someone's life. And it's like, I want to ascend this to a higher level of commitment, but because of some unfortunate circumstances and situations that happened, I'm left with harboring all these like negative feelings, like feeling like you know, I can't resolve these issues until I communicate with this person. Okay, regardless of what their sign is. If somebody's been cut out of someone's life, it's like you're stuck between, you know, holding on to the unfortunate circumstances and situations, or, you know, pushing through to have a new beginning. You know that this person has a soulmate connection with you, okay? Whoever this relationship partner could be that cut you out or you cut them out, excuse me, they know, you know, that you guys have this like connection. So what's being triggered by this separation here is allowing your belief to be that they have the power over you in order, I'm sorry, in order to make you feel this way. Okay. Um, I definitely I see some sort of communication and definitely something um, having light shed upon it, regardless of what that may be. There's something here. Okay, so I'm going to take it a little bit further just so that I can dig in here. Okay, somebody's definitely thinking a lot. Definitely, this is definitely something that is being, you know, we can say this is like somebody's being very like logical about this. Okay. This is evaluating before taking action, the 7 clubs, and then the 3 clubs there is common sense and good judgment. Okay, so it's like I'm trying to think through what it is that I want to communicate about with not allowing my emotions to override that because it's like, you don't want to repeat the pattern. You don't want to repeat the pattern, the communication, like the negative communication in the past. So you're really thinking about, how do I communicate in order to resolve these problems, these issues, without, you know, exploding, like freaking out, like, because I definitely see here that there's definitely a connection where it's, and this is, soulmates do this to each other. That's what they do. They literally hit you on that soul level, but it's about getting rid of the belief that they're causing the negative feelings, or just triggering them, and vice versa. So it's like, I definitely see a lot of thought being put into really wanting this communication. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So we have the Two of Clubs. This is the Time card, but this is also time. This is energy. It can also be, a bit of good news when it comes to something here. But this is putting our time and energy here into making a decision, okay? And that decision could involve a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. All right, so it's like that making a decision here, on who we're moving towards, or what is it that we really want. But this can also indicate here that if, there's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like in your midst, okay? And you're feeling some sort of way about them. I don't know how else to put this. That they could have been part of, this whole entire situation that I've been talking about, but it's almost in a sense like there's some sort of thought about this person, whoever it may be, about some sort of lies and deceit, something it's like they're putting their time and energy into something, and you don't know what it is, and you are feeling as if, this person is lying about what they're putting their time and energy into. Okay. But this also could be, whoever you may be watching, you're putting your time and energy into a choice. Okay. You could be the water sign making a choice, or you could be opposite of the water sign, putting time and energy into making a choice as to whatever it may be in regards to whatever your connection is. The Seven of Diamonds is taking steps forward. As you take those steps, those efforts are then rewarded. Okay. So this is about, what steps are you taking in order to make your decision? What are you putting your time and energy into? The Five of Diamonds is the Karma card. This is, you reap what you sow. Okay, so as you take steps forward, your efforts are rewarded. The Five of Diamonds is that Karma card. It's a circle of life, completions, and then you have the Ace of Spades in the upright, which is the complete transition card. Okay, so this is like a death, a rebirth. Not literal death here, but a complete ending, and then now we have this brand new beginning, right? But it doesn't come without some sort of revelation here, okay? Because in the reading itself, you have the Ace of Diamonds, and then you have the Ten of Spades on top of each other here. This is a transition also, but this is what is blocking. Okay, so the Ten of Spades is what is blocking that Ace of Spades there from being in the upright. And it's the harboring of the negative feelings you know, not, it's like you need to understand them, okay, because they're yours. And instead of working to understand them, we feel like if I get the communication I want from that person, I'll feel better. You don't really know that because you don't know what the response is going to be. You only know internally what you're hopeful of what the response is going to be so that you can feel good. 99.9% of the time when you go into seeking that, it does not turn out the way that you are desiring, because it's seeking validation from that other person in order to feel better about your own self. So this is about taking the steps towards completing a cycle of deeper understanding that it is you and only up to you in order to understand completely how it is that you're viewing yourself. It's not about how others are viewing you. It's about how do you see yourself? Okay, how do you feel about yourself? And also understanding that if you are in this connection with this soulmate and you're not connected right now, that there is definitely something here in regards to another person who could be affecting your wishes and desires, and or they just were an effect here, okay? Because I just see somebody who uses some sort of that this isn't coming from a place of like care. It's coming from a place of like, what can I gain? Okay. So that needs to be understood here for somebody. If you're wondering about that, it's like, but I don't feel like it's something you don't know about. It's like, you know, if you're dealing with a soulmate and they're dealing with another person who would be somebody, karmically speaking here, they use manipulation in order to keep the person or gain what it is that they need to gain, but there's no passion there, okay? And this could be where there's a block, there's a fear of the soulmate connection not reconnecting based off of this other person. But I definitely see that there's a lot of thought being put into what it is that this other person could be doing or what it is that you're doing. But whatever this unfortunate circumstance and situation that happened in the past, I definitely see, you know, communication being desired in order to resolve some problems. But I also see that communication could be involving another person, like separate from the connection that you share with this other person. So it's like, you don't want to have a conversation about this person. You want to talk about what's going on between the two of you in this past unfortunate circumstance. But this person is irrelevant to your connection, okay? Okay, so you have the communication card here, the Jack of Clubs. This is Hermes the communicator. And then you have the Ace of Clubs in the reverse. This is legal documents pertaining to the home. This could be any sort of legal papers, okay, regardless. But this is showing them to be in the upside down. So what this means here is that there is something that is unsettled, whether it be a divorce, a separation, movement, but there's definitely something here in regards to communication about a legal situation, whether it's a lease, it could be a lease agreement, anything, okay? But there's communication about this. This communication is something that is going to, how do I put this? Because it's in the reverse, it means it's not completed. Now, what also has to be understood about this is that if it's in the reverse, it means that it could be a legal situation that has a lot of underlying factors that play into the situation, meaning that there could be some unfinished business, and that unfinished business would involve uh, like I'm looking for the words, I'm so sorry, but it's like issues within the legal situation where it's like, okay, well, it's settled, but not really, because it was built on lies. Okay, so this is showing communication about that, because it also fell on top of the Six of Clubs, which is that communication to resolve problems. Okay, so this communication could be, you know, coming through to resolve or to finalize. Okay, and we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here, and we have the Two of Hearts, which is the relationship card. The Seven of Hearts, which is healing, steady improvements, happy surprises, second chance to redo something that was not done in the beginning. And then you receive the Ten of Diamonds, which is a large sum of money. Okay, so if you are a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay, you could be waiting on some sort of communication in regards to some sort of legal situation, or just something going on within the home environment here. But that communication happens, but then there's a happy surprise. Okay, you know, if this is a relationship that you, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, are waiting on, it's showing here that, you know, especially if you're dealing with some sort of soulmate connection, it's just showing me here that there could be some sort of communication that comes through to you that brings you this happy surprise. Okay, but if this is, because I know there's a lot of like people dealing, you know, I read all types of crap, so it's like, not crap, but you know, I read so many different scenarios and storylines, and I have a lot of people, you know, saying they're dealing with these situations. So, you know, if there's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius there, you're dealing with the situation, it just shows here that you're going to be on the winning end of whatever this is, because you get the happy surprise, and then there's money here. So if you're waiting on a payout, you're waiting on money, it's showing here that there's a happy surprise when it comes to that. Okay, because there's some sort of truth. This is being truthful, fair, and honest. This is the truth card. So there's some sort of truth in regards to the situation that brings this happy surprise. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Hearts. The Nine of Hearts is the wish card. Okay, so wishing for what? Well, the thing is that whatever it is that you've been desiring, that you've been feeling restricted from, okay, because the Eight of Diamonds is that feeling restricted. But it can also be financial restrictions, but it can also be a plan that you're putting into place. You have been, okay? This wouldn't be something that just showed up overnight, but you're not pushing towards the plan because of whatever reason it may be personal to you. But it's like, whatever this is that you want to put into motion, it's almost in a sense like you need to gain your independence in the situation in order to get what it is that you're wishing and desiring. You know, you can't just like say, I wish, and it like shows up. I wish, right? I wish I had a genie. I wish. Yeah, I'm sure that we all do. But if you're really wanting something for yourself, that wish can be granted, but you have to move in the direction of where it is that that wish could be obtained so that it can be brought to you. Okay, it's like always right there. But if we don't take the necessary steps, we could plan for, I mean, consider I could have a plan for the rest of my existence, but if I never act on going in that direction, how in the world am I ever going to get there? You just don't. You know what I mean? So it's like, whatever this is that you're wishing and desiring, it's following your truth, knowing your truth, and yes, have a plan, but then start taking the steps towards what it is that you are truly wishing and desiring, because that's where it's going to be granted. Okay? So that was for the week. I hope that it's resonating. I tried to pull out as many possible scenarios that I could. So, you know, just comment, or, you know, I hope you guys are speaking amongst yourselves. But I'm going to do a few of the romantic angel cards here and then some of the enchanted map cards before I close out. Okay. So let's see what we got going on here. Oh, there we go. Should I be done? Should I just be done? I can't. This makes me laugh. Okay. What does that say? Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're being guided to take. I can't make it up. Okay. Here's cards. Here's flew out. Okay. So what was I literally just saying? Okay. We'll just stay there. Okay. Because that's what the truth is here. I can't make this up. Okay. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves, your bond deepens. Stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay, so listen. In order to deepen your bond with another person, let me just say this. You have to first deepen the bond with yourself and release fears of opening up. Okay? Because if you're afraid to open up, how can anybody ever get to truly know you? And how can you ever truly know yourself if you're too fearful of getting to know your own self? True story. Okay. I know that people are losing their optimism about situations, but I can tell you that as long as you continue to truly just continuously make efforts, okay, even if they're just small steps, every opportunity that you feel like you should, okay, you will start to release the pessimism. You will start to release all of the fears and doubts that you carry about yourself, okay? But think about how many times you haven't said things that you at a later time wish you would have said when it came to this other person, regardless of who they are. They might not even be somebody you even care about anymore. But you think back and you say, well, only if I would have opened up more, or only if I would have said this, could they still be here? You know, yeah, sure, because you would have been a different person at that time. You would have been more revealing, where your energies would have been different internally and projecting off of this other. It would have been different. You both wouldn't have been carrying the same vibrational energy of fear of revealing your innermost selves. Okay, so as you make efforts towards releasing your own fear, this is where you're pulling this other person into your life who doesn't carry those fears either, where now we can be free to speak how we truly feel, obviously, and not be fearful of judgment of the other, or fearful that, well, if I open up too much, they might run away. Well, if that's the case, then this person is definitely not on your level, okay? But you wouldn't have pulled this person into your life only unless they're on the same level as you at that time, okay? You can grow together or you can grow apart. But, you know, what it's showing me here is that you're needing to, you know, remain optimistic here. I'm just checking this because okay, it's better. Don't allow the negativity to overtake you, okay? Because that can happen very, very, very easily, okay? Where it's like, it's a fall of illusion, okay? This person does not have the power over you. They just don't. And, you know, positive thinking, when you start to think about a thought you don't want to think about, the fastest, quickest, easiest way is to start thinking about something positive, to get your thoughts off of that negative thing that you're thinking about that's causing you to feel bad at that time. Okay? It's like, I don't want to stop thinking about this thing that I don't want to think about that's making me feel so terrible. But the resolution lies only if this other person could tell me what it is that I want to hear. That's the subconscious belief. But your mind is running, powering the momentum of all of the negativity. If you could just stop there, and just start thinking and focusing just somewhere else, anywhere else, something that makes you feel good. Okay? Go back to that thought later if you want. Okay? But it's not something that's not going to come back up again. So it's needing to understand that negative thought, why you're thinking it, and why you're letting yourself feel bad about it. Okay? Okay. I don't normally read these in the reverse. I told you guys that before, but if they come out that way, then I'm leaving it. Okay? What was I just talking about? We have the Stay Optimistic card, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And what is lying on top of it? It's the Release Your Ex card. Okay? The time has come to clear your energy in the reverse. So what is this? What is this? This is what I was just talking about. Holding you back from remaining optimistic about your love life. Because it doesn't matter if this person was recent or if, it's almost in a sense like it's like all my relationships are the same. Everybody's the same. There's no good. I'm like, I've been there, done that, understood. Okay. But then I realized that the relationship partners kept changing. What was the only thing that was remaining the same? It was me. So it was going to continuously keep repeating the same type of pattern in these relationships unless I took a long, hard look at myself and said, what is it that you think about yourself in connection with this relationship? And why are you allowing all the power to be with them over how you feel? Because they weren't making me feel good. So I felt like I had to do this, that, and a third to get a positive reaction. And that only worked for so long until it just continuously just kept falling back into the same pattern over and over and over again. That's when I learned to clear my energies, not from a specific person, but from myself. But the belief is that I needed to get that ex out of my life so I could feel good. And I did, and I got away from him. And what happens? Oh, I meet another person just like them. And I go, how's this keep happening? You're just like my last boyfriend, except you're 7 years younger, two completely different personalities, styles, all of that, but you're like a duplicate of the same person. What was the one thing that remained the same? Me. Yeah. And where does that energy come from? It comes from up here, okay? It comes from past life relationships. It comes from karmic energy. It comes from burying and harboring negative feelings, right? Believing that the other person's a problem, and if you can get as far away from them as possible, you will be better. And then you are for a little while, and then you meet their twin, and you go, how's this even possible? You guys must have been separated at birth. You are exactly the same person. And it's like, no, there's a lesson that you're missing. There's something deeper than that. Okay, that's where this is. Okay, so as you clear your energies of the thought patterns, of the beliefs, and handing all your power over to all these other people, okay, you gain wisdom from those experiences, but you also ascend to a higher level of consciousness. You're no longer, sleepwalking, looking for this other person to validate your own self-worth. Unconditional love, we're taught unconditional love comes from what your parents, you can do anything and they love you unconditionally, right? But To unconditionally love yourself is to stop putting conditions on yourself in order to feel good. And those conditions would be, but if John just, would call me, I would know that we are still, good. And it's like, yeah, but that's a condition. Why don't you feel good right now, regardless if John's calling you or not, or Mary, Sally, whoever, trust me, I'm not speaking from a place that I don't understand, because I was there. Okay. And it's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's not easy, but if you want to feel better, it's necessary. Okay. Then you have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Okay. Yeah, most certainly is now. Yeah, it is. Disconnecting yourself from the world around you means not allowing the emotional brainwash to continue. Okay. No longer allowing everyone else, regardless of who they are, tell you about yourself. Okay. You have to know about yourself first. Then when somebody else tries to tell you something about yourself that's not true, you're like, okay, well, you're just talking from a place inside of you that you're not okay with, that you're not correct with. But I don't feel that way about myself. It wouldn't even affect you. You would just be like, I don't understand what you're saying. It's true. Okay, so let's see if there is. All right, I'm done after this one. Okay, you deserve love. You're lovable. I mean, can't make it up. I don't make up anything, actually. You're watching it live. So it's like, here's the deal. At the end of the day, everything that I was literally just talking about leaves you at the place of what you deserve, and you do deserve it. Okay? But do you know that you do? You have to say to yourself, you would say it to yourself a million times. Affirm it, yes. But do you know it to be true about you? Do you know this to be true? Or do you not feel this way based off of whatever it may be in your personal circumstance or situation? Okay? And it's okay. If you could say, yes, I deserve love, but you don't know it, and you could say, you know what? I do feel like I do, but I really don't believe it all the time. That's okay. Be honest with yourself. Stop wearing a mask, okay? Because we try to mask ourselves and be like, I know I deserve it. But then you don't act like you deserve it because you're seeking for something outside of yourself, right? So it's about understanding yourself on a deeper level. No conditions, nothing, okay? Yeah, you're in this existence, having these experiences, but it's about waking all the way up, okay, all the way up, which is, this is really all that truly matters. But you have to know it to be true first, okay? So should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, why not? Okay, I'll do a couple of the enchanted map cards, and then I'm going to get off of here so that I can redo the Gemini one. Like I said earlier, I'm going to redo the Gemini December monthly because there was something up with the audio. Okay, so I just wanted you guys to know that. I said it earlier, but I don't know who's new here now. Okay, you got number 40 in the reversed. It's follow the leader, but it's in the reverse. I don't know what that means. I'm going to read it. Okay, let's see. And you got number 17, Ghost Lands. Okay, so I'm going to do these two for you guys. That's what I say. 40 reversed is follow the leader. Reverse, the follow the leader card offers a gentle push to get up and take the lead in a relationship or partnership. Be the one to voice what must be said. This is real life. Okay, this is not, I don't know what to say. I'm just going to keep reading. Okay. Muster your courage and speak your needs aloud. Affirm what you like and what you feel. Don't just hope for someone else to fix the problems you see. If your inquiry is about a career or project, you must take the initiative to draw up a proper plan. I cannot make this crap up, okay? I keep saying crap, it's not crap. But I mean, come on, what was I talking about with the plan, the wishes, the desires? I want this, and you have this plan, but you have to take the initiative to do what? To get what it is that you're wishing and desiring, okay? And if it's about a personal relationship, you must be clear about your intentions and your desires. Deepening the bond. How do you deepen the bond? By what? What was I saying? Not being fearful of being vulnerable, you know, about speaking from a place where you understand yourself. And it would be clear about your intentions and your desires. This is exactly what I was saying prior, you know, in some other words here, but this is tying right in by no coincidences whatsoever, because we don't have any. Boldly begin a discussion about how things really are and how to make the situation work for the highest good of all. Do this as soon as possible. You may be pleasantly surprised by the result. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not even going to talk on it any longer because it is exactly what I've been saying, okay? But again, you have to be clear about your intentions and your desires, and speaking without that mask on, that fear, right? But in order for it to work at the highest good of everyone involved, you have to understand yourself fully first. That's where you'll be pleasantly surprised by the results, because you will be approaching the conversation completely different than how you've been approaching the conversations that you've been having that aren't working, where it goes into dead silence, or you don't talk for a week, or you could be existing in the same home as that person. You're just not even talking to each other because you're not communicating properly. You're communicating in the same way that you're used to communicating, and you continuously keep getting the same result in that communication. Why? Well, the conversation's not changing. Okay? So if you understand yourself, you can completely guide the conversation into a whole other place and have a happy outcome from the conversation because you're not having the same one again. Understood? Okay. And then number 17, Ghostlands. And it is in the upright. Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. For rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there, yet you can take measured steps towards a goal or dream. I'm done, okay? These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. We are so focused on 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or, a month from now. But because we're focused there, not focused right now, because now is the only time that really truly exists, right? But we as, these people existing here have become so, I almost in a sense just feel like it is really entitled to that, tomorrow's going to just be here, I guess it's just expected, right? Because you have plans for a month from now, right? And that's totally fine. But I'm just saying that in order to change your own existence, your own narrative to what it is that you want, okay? You first have to understand how you're thinking now, because it's creating tomorrow, it's creating the next day, it's creating the moments ahead of you. But if you can't understand how you're thinking right now, what you're putting your intentions on right now, then your outcome ends up being the same as your past outcomes were, presently speaking, because you haven't changed your footing, right? So you you know what happened before. There's a lesson there, right? But then the same type of circumstance and situation continues to unfold in different areas of your life. Why? Because you're conditioned to keep doing the same type of thing you did in the past, even though you know that that's not correct for you, but you just do it anyway, right? So it's about understanding yourself on this deeper level, but understanding and knowing that right now, like I said before, I don't want to be thinking about those thoughts I don't want to be thinking about, but I can't stop thinking about them. Well, who's in control of your thoughts? You are. So stop right there and say, you know what? I'm done with this. No, not doing it. Think of something positive. Think of a desire that you want for yourself, and then start thinking your energy there. Start putting momentum behind that. Start putting all of your energy towards that. Build momentum towards that for what it is that you want, right? Because your thoughts are normally what that make you feel bad. Those thoughts are focused on what it is that you don't want, focused on all the negative things, but that's why you don't feel good. So if you could just shift your thoughts into a feeling good place, you will immediately start to shift your energy towards positivity, not towards that stagnant negative path that you could have been stuck on for a while, right? Right. Okay. So I'm going to close out, guys. I truly appreciate all of you for being here. Yeah. If you need services with me, you can go to the Dropbox below. Okay. Even if you don't see a service on my website that you're seeking, okay, you can still shoot me an email and I can look into any sort of situation. I really don't limit myself on that. So, yeah, what else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, I'm going to go off and do Gemini's monthly, and I will re-upload. I'm going to keep the other one up there regardless of the audio issues, but I'm going to do another one for Gemini because the audio was screwed up. Okay. So I guess that's it for now. Okay. I love you guys.